Pacific Heights had another challenging quarter with both the condo and the median markets continuing to decline. The condo market only saw 28 sales when we usually see about 60 a quarter in a regular market, and median single family homes were down nearly 2 million bucks. This might be the biggest dip in demand for the most historically desirable district in San Francisco ever. The only other demand swing that I've seen of a similar magnitude would be the condominium market in downtown San Francisco during the early days of the pandemic. No one wanted one. While buyers may seem out of the market, any given property can still definitely sell if presented well. There are buyers out there, and they are looking to capitalize on these market conditions. So seller expectations will need to drop in order to achieve a successful sale. It's safe to say no one wanted a condominium in Q4, with barely an eighth of the year's sales landing in the fourth quarter. Buy demand drastically fell off after continual rate hikes and unrealistic seller expectations. Ironically, the average price for a unit actually remained steady, if not slightly increased. But given the condominium market is typically the first to feel the effects of rate hikes, you often see buy demand fall off a cliff, and that was highly evident in Pacific Heights. Buildings with higher HOA fees saw almost zero demand. With so many listings being pulled off last quarter, I expect to see a majority of them to come back on in the spring. With the new price, tapered seller expectations, they'll definitely need to meet buyer expectations. The median price for a single family home in Pacific Heights dropped below $5 million for the first time in recent memory, as rate hikes coupled with low desirability for the city continued to trend. Given the uniqueness of most single-family homes in this neighborhood, it's not uncommon to see massive average price swings from quarter to quarter. Low inventory and low sales volume create these swings, but a $2 million dip is definitely no drop in the bucket. Buyer demand will likely increase when SF desirability as a whole sort of increases again, which will require sort of some non-real estate level intervention. Streets, safer streets, workers returning to office, a clear direction on SF's commercial vacancies. Some of these factors will definitely drive that market. The luxury market fared quite well in Q4, according to closed sales data, but I think the unspoken trend here is the amount of listings that failed to sell and were actually pulled off the market. Those data points aren't showing up. Days on market eclipsing 220, however, 7 months, is a clear indicator of the difficulty owners are having attracting a buyer. While luxury properties obviously take longer to sell, as a smaller subset of buyers, 220 days is astronomical. Considering in 2021, there was 8 sales north of 10 mil in Pac Heights that all averaged just 37 days on market. Although Q4 seems doom and gloom, the relative lack of sales data across all market segments makes it hard to project a similarly poor performing quarter. All previously listed properties will more than likely still be seeking a sale. Owners will still want to sell them. And with rates already trending downward, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a surge of transactions in Q4. Sellers will need to meet the market price with their expectations. And now that buyers have sort of stomached the rate increases for the better part of a couple of quarters, coupled with the shift in rates trending downward, expect to see a flurry of market activity or people trying to time the bottom, so to speak. If you've been on the fence, now is probably that time to jump. There might not be a more opportunistic time, as buyers currently hold all the cards in negotiation.